Much and joining us now to break all this down, Arkansas Attorney General Leslie Rutledge. There are a lot of questions. A lot of people, I think, we're hoping would get cleared up by your opinion. And we talked a little about this. Your job is to clarify law, not legislate or change legislation. What does this law say to a gun owner? Sure. And what does your opinion tell them?
The purpose of this opinion is to offer that clarification that we did not have in the past legislative session to ensure gun owners and law enforcement officials are on the same page. So what this tells an individual who wishes to carry openly, that you may do so as long as you do so without the intent to attempt to unlawfully employ it against another person. However, we go to great lengths to make sure that individuals who carry a firearm know that they may be asked lawfully by law enforcement officers what they are doing.
And does that kind of get outside of the, because there could be a profiling issue too. Someone say, well, I may not look a certain way just because I have a gun on me. You know, you're questioning me. Or I may look like I'm going to do something that I'm not going to do, but you're bothering me because I'm carrying a gun. So did law enforcement have those kind of issues?
Well, every case that a law enforcement officer makes and prosecutor makes is fact dependent. So it depends on the circumstances at the time. So there are other factors that can come into play when you're determining whether or not there's reasonable suspicion or probable cause exists. However, right now the law states an individual chooses to carry, he or she may do so as long as they do not have the intent to unlawfully employ it against another person.
And there may be, I guess, questions too also, and has to be clearly defined on when a person can employ that weapon. Is it strictly in self-defense?
Yes.
And self-defense of another person as well?
Correct. But that's self-defense is separate from what is addressed in this opinion. We want to make sure in this opinion that it's clear that businesses can still protect their business. If they do not want someone to have firearms, they can post a sign, they can state no firearms allowed, and a private business owner has the right to do so, or a private property owner has that right.
And this opinion, this debate's still evolving too. I want to take a real quick listen to what the governor had to say about it.
This is an important issue for the Arkansas Supreme Court to clarify.
So perhaps the Supreme Court could be bringing this up. I'm not sure what your thoughts are on that, but also legislatures might be a good idea for them to go back and craft this with a little more detailed wording. Absolutely, and that's what, if the legislators wish to clarify this law, just as they can any law, they have the opportunity to amend those statutes at any time. It's important that this opinion, this statute does not impact the other statutes regarding firearms. You still cannot carry a firearm in a publicly owned facility. You still cannot carry a firearm in a private property, such as a business, where it's stated that firearms are not allowed. And that's why it's so important that we have Arkansans and law enforcement on the same page. As Attorney General, would you like to see a clarification or an addition to the law stating that if a person is going to open carry, they must qualify certain courses, they must go through extensive weapons training, so that we know when we see someone out there in public carrying a weapon, we know that they have passed certain certifications? Well,
those are going to be questions for the legislators coming into the next session. So I encourage Arkansans, if they want to see a law of that nature passed, that they talk to the legislators about it. It's my job as Attorney General to look at laws if there is confusion, to offer clarity on that confusion on those laws, but it's the legislator's job to write the laws.
All right, Attorney General Leslie Rutledge, thank you very much. We've moved the ball somewhere, at least a little farther down the field. We did, and we want law enforcement, Arkansans, to be on the same page and be safe and responsible. All right, thanks very much for your time.